we learned voice messages is the big thing. Like even we know that the Gen Z is not getting so reading and writing; they want to speak.
It's time for CX education. Welcome to the podcast for enterprise CX professionals, the people who want to connect with customers on their own terms, before, during, and after a purchase is made. In each episode, you'll learn how to create experiences your customers love. Ready? Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of CX Education. I'm Sunny Darming, and this episode is brought to you by Cinch, a platform that helps businesses create mobile experiences customers love by connecting them with audiences on their own terms, when, where, and how they want. Today, our guest, Michael Elschenbroich, who is the CEO of Stylink. Michael, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Sunny, for being here.
Absolute pleasure. It's taken us a little while to actually organize this. We both have very busy diary, so I'm really looking forward to our conversation today. And Michael, you've got over 10 years of experience across digital and social media marketing. You've gone from managing and running marketing functions. You founded your own digital agency, and now you're currently working your way through the ranks at Stylink, where you are the CEO. That sounds like a pretty incredible journey. It'd be great if you could just talk our viewers through how you got from founding your own agency to being the CEO of Stylink today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So, actually, I started 2005 as a WordPress blogger. So, not one of the first, but it's the first times WordPress blogging. I was one of the first Twitterer here in Western Germany. So it was like getting on the social media scene. Content marketing also was my heart. So getting live streaming in the middle 2000s. So it was a little bit different. It's like today, like Netflix and stuff. So then I became a freelancer during my studies. So I study economics. So a little bit different from social media and the WordPress and website topic. So it was a wild ride for me. So then I founded an own agency. And after over 10 years on the agency scene, I met the founder of Stylink, and I thought it would be a good idea to do something new. So 3 years ago in 2020, when the pandemic already started, I joined the styling team. When I started, it was 5 people. Yeah. And now over 80 people working at Stylink. So it was a little bit of growth the last years. And now I'm in charge, and now the head of Stylink. So
awesome. Well, seems like you picked a very good time to join Stylink, based on that growth you've seen after the pandemic. So for our viewers who don't know who Stylink are, could you just give us an intro into what you do and how you serve your customers?
Of course. So we are end-to-end, fully managed influencer platform for brands and creators, especially for micro-influencers. So the founding idea was back in 2017, when I was not on board, was there are so many micro-influencers, like 10, 20K on Instagram. Well, the most frequently asked question is, where are you clothes from? So they had the DMs answering like, it's from H&M or from ASOS or from Boohoo. So we thought only also the small influencers can earn money with this question. So the thing was like getting a link and are paid on clicks and not on sales. This was a little bit different. So like every click you can earn money. And so they thought, like creating an algorithm, so every influencer is getting a different CPC, like a cost per click. So it's getting up and down every day, like on performance, like what the shops are paying us. So it's a little bit different. And this was also on the micro-influencer. It's at the moment also our main target group. So of course we have some macro influencers, of course, but the micro-influencers are the main target group. So we are connecting the micro-influencers who have not the chance to talk to the big brands, the world brands, and making contact with them. So to connect them with them and make money.
Awesome. So pretty specific approach you have into sort of driving this area. And as I said, the growth you've seen through the pandemic must have been huge with the impact of influencers across digital channels. What was stylink like when you first joined, and what does it look like now?
When I started, it was a little company with 3 employees and 2 working students, like doing all the work together. Actually, we're only on Germany was the only market for us, a little bit Austria and Switzerland. So yeah, what happened in the pandemic? It was e-commerce getting crazy. Also, the data protection is a thing for us. So like Google, Meta, yeah, like the cookie thing, they're losing the power of knowing the people they are targeting. So, but of course, what can influencers do? They can build communities without cookies, without the data protection problems we have now. So in online marketing, so it's getting bigger. And of course, the shops are closed. Even here, also in Germany, every shop was closed. Yeah, what you are doing? You are buying online. So it was, quite right. And what we think, we had a model in Germany, so we rolled out a lot of countries. So now we are in 12 countries active, like all over Europe and the US and Australia. So yeah, we are growing in these countries. And of course, what we see even after the pandemic, it's still the e-commerce is there and not getting down like in before the pandemic. So for us, it was a game changer. And I know the pandemic was very bad for the whole world. But honestly, for us as the company, it was good because I think without the pandemic, we can't grow so fast in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I suppose it's an element of being at the right place at the right time, but you also definitely had the right product, right? Over the pandemic, there was a huge increase of digital content. So people becoming micro or macro influencers within that space. And you've obviously got a great product for them to be able to monetize their community and the content that they're delivering. So kudos to you and the team on having such a robust platform. So you a bit of a pioneer in that space, really coming in and driving social media before it was a very big business and big industry. And you followed that through to the career and where you're at now. The one thing that really interests me for our viewers, we're obviously focused on customer experience, and the customer experience that an influencer delivers to their audience is very popular, right? That's why influencers build such strong communities. But what is it that you're able to do to deliver such a great experience to, let's start with your influencers first, because that's one big part of your business. How do you work with your influencers? How do you sign them up? Why are they choosing your platform over anybody else's?
Of course, it's a good question. Actually, I can say some points why we think we are the best. So at the beginning, it was for me also important, like the first thing, doing native things. Like we have over 20 nations working at stylink. So speaking the language, we have not only English support, like we are talking of German, English, Polish, Swedish, French. So it's very important for us to be native. And then for the influencer side, I can say we want to be there where the influencers want us to be. So for example, we started also with a live chat, and we saw the live chat is not a thing the influencers really like. So it was hard for us. So maybe 2 or 3 questions per day. We thought, okay, it's not a big thing. So then in the end of 2020, we started messaging things like WhatsApp, iMessages, because the influencers are there. Of course, Insta direct messages. But one fun fact is the influencers don't want to talk about Instagram on Insta DMs because they are getting so many messages. It's so messy on their inboxes. They sometimes overread our messages. So they love doing messages through WhatsApp. Of course, we have their private WhatsApp numbers, and of course iMessages. And WhatsApp messages, like the WhatsApp Messenger also is a thing in some countries. So we have also different things in different countries. So we have to, look after the best things for each country. So, and it's different. So this was also a reason we started in Germany with Messenger people. So to getting more about the Messenger thing. So it's quite different. Some are also doing about emails, through emails. We're working with them. But the most thing is about WhatsApp. And I can say what we learned, voice messages is the big thing. Like even we know that the Gen Z is not getting so reading and writing. They want to speak. So we honestly, we are, of course you can say, and like in my age, I'm 40, you can say, why you're not picking up like doing telephone things?
Yeah.
But no, they are like doing voice messages. You write or speak a voice message, you get one back and getting another one. So it's easier to do it on telephone, but no. The Gen
Yeah.
Z is like voice messages is one interesting thing for me. What I learned is it's good. So it's quite on messaging. To the influences. On the other side, of course, we are talking. You said to brands, to the big brands, the world brands. Yeah, it's quite easy because we're doing on the classic old school way on emails. So it's I think we have some doing Slack now on external things or like Teams,
Yeah.
but the most thing is emails. So it's a little bit annoying, but yeah.
That's super interesting that the different approach you've got, considering actually the people on both ends of either influencer or vendor will still be using those same channels, but typically because that's in a more corporate environment right now, they're sort of reverting back to email still. Maybe you need to drive that change to move them over to WhatsApp or iMessage or Messenger, make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, of course we are trying that, but you know, even in Germany and some parts, the data privacy is a thing, and they are telling us, of course, they are doing communication on private ways, also on WhatsApp, but the big corporates are doing only email stuff. Maybe sometimes Slack or Teams, it's mostly emails. So yeah, but we are only a small player there, so we can't.
Well, you got so many micro influencers there. You can definitely make that change. I thought it was a very interesting point that you said the influencers you work with prefer not to sort of muddy their content distribution channels with issues around sort of their work, basically, right? Yeah. They don't want Instagram filled with messages about affiliate payments or which vendors or links they should be working with, and they want to keep that separate. I'd have thought if you're building out your environment in LinkedIn, that's the one place you would want to stay. That's an interesting insight. In terms of the digital channels you're using and supporting from your influencers, is Instagram still the biggest platform that your influencers are leveraging, or have some of the other channels come in and taken a sort of portion of that space?
At the moment, it's Instagram, but because I think Instagram is the most monetized platform we have at the moment.
Okay.
But of course, what we see, in the last years maybe, TikTok is heading over. So of course, the TikTok generation is also getting older. So like our problem was never like that. The kids are not there clicking, of course. But of course, we have performance-based marketing. So we need, of course, sales. And the younger generation, like we also tested TikTok 3 years ago, and the clicks was astonishing what they happened, but the sales was very, very low. Of course, there are some technical difference between TikTok and Instagram, of course, but also what we saw, it's a younger generation, and they have not so many money in their pockets. So of course, that's a problem for us. But of course, now TikTok is getting older. They're also monetizing a lot of things. And what we see is also older people like me also heading over to TikTok. And now it's a little bit different than like 2-3 years before. So it's getting very fast there. So it's also a big platform for us at the moment. But also like Pinterest is interesting. Also YouTube, YouTube Shorts, what they did there. So like copying the story thing from Instagram is also interesting for us. Also the old school blogs where I came from, it's also very interesting. We want to be like for all people with niches. Like what you said, our micro influencers, they are not pros. They have regular jobs. I'm always saying we have the classic nurse. They have 18K followers on Instagram. And in the evenings, they are doing some sessions like, oh, I'm wearing this skirt. It fits perfect. And with us, they can make extra money. They are not professional influencers. What we are always thinking when we hear the expression influencers, we thinking over like 1 million followers on Instagram. But it's the niche ones, like with like plus size. We have also so many plus size people with communities. They are so engaged. Like when you see 18,000 followers, maybe they are all 18,000 will see the content. And I can say from my perspective and what we saw, it's like 10,000 are buying that stuff. It's not like people from the television, they have 2 million followers, but they are not only following, not really engaged to those people. And this is the difference between, for us, micro-influencers and the macro-influencer thing.
Okay, that's super interesting that you feel micro-influencers have the smaller network, but much more engaged rather than people sort of following just to say they're following a certain individual. And what I found super interesting there is you'll sort of focus on a lot of your micro-influencers. This is either a hobby, a secondary income, or becoming more of a mainstream focus. So I suppose for them, making sure everything is correct in terms of their billing and their experience with yourself is vitally important, because this isn't every day. They're not spending 8 hours a day driving this or working on this. They're trying to fit this around everything else that they're doing. So you mentioned that you engage with your influencers via messaging. Is that predominantly from a customer services perspective? How are you out there engaging and speaking to your influencers to find out about the other channels they're on, to find out what else they need? How do you cater to their services and enhance their experience?
Yeah, I think we have a big advantage. The influencers want to make content and they are so open to tell you everything. So it's like so many. I thought in my past, you are so searching for like information about your customer, but you have to look at their stories, so you know everything. Like if they have pets, what is the name of the pets? They are so open. So what we also do, we have over 180,000 influencers on our platform. Wow. Of course, we have not like every day with everybody. It's not possible. But of course, we have hundreds of influencers. We have not daily, but weekly contact with them. We are talking to them, how they are feeling. We have also 2 key account influencer relations manager on our team. So they are also, their job is like talking to them, how they are feeling, what we can do better. Because what you said, like customer experience for them, it's the main goal for us. Like honestly, the assets for us is the influencers, because they are doing their job in getting the products into the world. So for us, it's important. And of course, what you also said, like they are not pros, so like they are not so good at billing stuff and what you are doing, because they are no professionals. Yeah. So this is also very important to us, like giving them a good feeling. Like the experience and the feelings must be so good. Talking in the language, so talking to people. So for me, it was also important, like not have so many bots. Of course, I know it's efficient and it's easy and cheap, but it's like difference. We want to be individual, and our messaging, there are real people sitting there and answering the questions, and maybe some video conferencing also, like human people. I know in the meantime with AI, you can also doing like the human thing, but we want to be human. and because we are talking to human. And of course, it's different. Like we are in the affiliate performance stage, and honestly, it's a little bit different. Like there are website banners and stuff, the affiliate scene. But now we are working with humans, and it's not like a website banner. You can off, on, off, and on again.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. Also talking to the brands, like, yeah, we're doing performance, but you can't say now, today, yes, and tomorrow, no, because maybe on Wednesday or on Thursday, they planned an Instagram haul to promote their things. And now we can say, okay, the brand is now off. So it's, the human thing is very important for us. And the relationship between us and our influences is very important.
No, that's great to hear, right? Businesses that are having that human and personal connection and making your influencers feel as special as they are to you, and helping them build out their hobby or career, however they may see it. So that's super interesting. Now, nothing is perfect in anything you do, so always try to understand what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now, and how do you think you'll be able to overcome them?
Challenges in times of what?
The business, in the economic environment. It's just always great for our listeners and viewers to see what are some of the things that you're concerned about. How do you think you'll overcome them? So yeah, could be individually with certain influencers, it could be with the business, it could be with the cost of living right now. So less income available for people to click through and buy, as you said. That's one of your sort of areas of revenue. But yeah, what are some of your biggest challenges, and how do you feel you can overcome them?
I think for the last year, of course, it's a very sad topic, the war in the Ukraine was a thing, and inflation, because we are doing fashion, fast fashion, beauty, interior. So the cost of living, what you said, is getting higher. So the people are saving money for what they need for eating, for living, and not for the clothes and beauty stuff. So this was last year so a challenge for us, and also not so good topic. And business-wise, of course, what we say, where are the future? So is Instagram the biggest platform in 5 years now? We don't know. And this is challenging. This is exciting for us. It's changing. So is it TikTok? Is it new platforms like Be Real? We don't know. It's like YouTube getting bigger. So it's exciting and challenging at the same time for us to be on the market. So this is also a thing we want to speak also to the influencers, to getting insights, what is happening on the market. And of course, for us, it's a challenge not only in one market, it's in our case, in 12 markets. What is going on there? It's totally different. So also Poland was a new market for us this year. And it was also a challenge for us because, they have a border with the Ukraine. So what is happening there? So it's also a situation we can't know what will happen in the future. So, and of course, messaging, where the people are heading. Is it WhatsApp? Is it a new platform? When we came to the office day per day, it's maybe there's a change, or after the weekends, what's happening there. So it's a new platform. So and of course, data protection is a thing also for us, the challenge. What is Apple doing? What is Android doing? We are talking also about cookies. We are also server-to-server tracking. It's changing. So we have also a lot of technical things that are changing, and we have to implement maybe in a few weeks. So because it's changing, and every iOS update is a challenge for us. Is Apple changing anything on our end? Of course, we are getting performance, so we have a little bit of tracking there. So it's a lot of things. And of course, we have we are growing so fast, 5 to 80 people in 3 years. It's getting new, motivated, engaged people working at Stylink. So we are in the Western Germany, a little town, 250 kilometers from Düsseldorf and Cologne. So we have a university, but it's a small city. And we want to be in office, getting the people who are working here is also a challenge. I know everybody at the moment have this challenge to getting the right people, motivated, engaged people. So I am looking and searching for them. But hopefully I can tell you about another challenges, but it's of course, yeah.
No, lots of challenges,
Yes.
and I suppose it's very important for you to keep your finger on the pulse and make sure you're up
Yeah.
to date and up to speed with so many changing things. It must make for a pretty exciting but complex environment. So we've spoken a lot about the influencers and the experience you deliver to the influencers, but ultimately, your revenue and some of your key stakeholders are your affiliate partners that are obviously getting the links and traffic from you. Have you found building a relationship with them? Obviously, you're providing them with a service of traffic and sales, but they're providing you that revenue that you can then share out to your influencer community. How have you felt you've been able to manage their expectations and also deliver to them the clicks and the traffic that they need and they want?
I think there were two questions. Like the first one, like how to getting into the big brands.
Yes, and have we built
So the relationship, like of course, through the big affiliate networks, that was the easiest way for us. Like Awin, Rakuten, CJ. There are a lot of Partnerize, Impact. So they have also contact with the brands, and we are connecting over the networks. So it was very easy for us not calling on each headquarter worldwide and asking if they're working with us. So it's a little bit easier, the easiest way. And of course, everybody is working with us because we are delivering performance, like traffic. So, and in the affiliate performance scene, it's very easy because they have no risk. Like they are paying on performance.
Yes.
So not on traffic. Like honestly, they're getting the branding without costs because we are paid on sales, and we are paying the influences on a click. So there is a little bit of risk. So I talked about that. Like we have an algorithm who is getting the CPC prices up and down, and it's possible that some influences for some brands have also 0 cents or pence for this brand because we want to stop. Like this is also we want to be authentic. Like this is also an important thing for us. Like the content must be authentic. We don't want to say you have to promote this brand, this collection. So every influencers can choose whatever they want on the shop. So, but of course we are delivering a little bit of marketing through the CPC prices because the chances are higher that you will choose a brand where the CPC is the highest. So of course, and every influencer is different. So one influencers have on this brand and brand A the highest CPC, and the other influencers has on brand B the highest CPC. So, and this is also what they can choose. Like, oh, I will choose this brand. Of course, you can also choose the brand with a lower CPC if you want. But of course, this is we will choose
the brand that they want.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you very much. I think the one thing I'd love to sort of finish off with is what are your expectations? So what are your predictions of what will happen in the sort of digital and influencer world in the sort of coming years? I know it's very difficult to predict that, and we won't hold you to it, but always an interesting insight for me to see where people are thinking the market will go.
I have the fear that you will ask me in 3 years, and I will watch my video now then, and maybe I'm right or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, the prediction. It's very fast growing. I think what we see also in the brands, what our unique selling point is, like the brands, of course, all working with influencers, but they're working with the bigger influencers because they can't work with hundreds of influencers at the same time because it's too hard for them to communicate with them. And so this was the reason we make it like scalable on a platform. And I think we will see that in the future that influencers and of course, or content creators, what is in my opinion the better expression for that.
Yeah.
There are so many, I think they're getting more not professionals, they are regular jobs, but promoting like advocates, like brands you like, and then earning some extra money. So maybe you're getting also a star and getting 10 and 100K followers then on Instagram or TikTok. And I think this is getting, much more interesting. also, I'm talked about communities. So I think data protection will be a thing in the next year. So the influencers have their communities without any technical things like cookies or stuff. And so I think it's getting more interesting also for the brands. If you know this influencer is a fashion influencer, so everybody wants to work with them then.
Yeah.
So I think it's getting more in the influencer scene because Meta and Google have some problems knowing their customers so well because of data protection. So I think the micro influencer thing will getting bigger, and this is also what we see. Our platform. When I started 3 years ago, I think there was 15,000 influencers. So we gained over 165,000 influencers in 3 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're only in 12 countries, and we will expand, of course, in the next months, also in the next countries. So
Okay.
a lot to do for us, but I think also the influencer space will grow a lot. It will change, of course, what I say. That's normal. But of course, the influencer marketing will be for the next 10, 15 years. So it will grow.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the prediction. I think the thing that has really sort of stuck out for me is the engagement level you said that some of these micro influencers have. So I'm sure a lot of brands will be interested in trying to capture that interest and that engagement. But really appreciate your time today. It's been super insightful. And look forward to speaking to you again soon, Michael. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sunny.
That's it for this episode of CX Education. Thanks for joining us. This show is brought to you by Cinch, the technology company that helps you create mobile experiences your customers love. Did you enjoy the episode? Then make sure to subscribe to CX Education wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, or visit cinch.com/podcast to get instant access to all the latest episodes.